So, anchor strips. So you want to make sure that you're not at the metatarsal. Okay? So stay off of the MTP area on that part.
Below the head?
Yeah, below the head of the metatarsal. And you're going to apply with no tension, and you can leave a gap there. So you can do a couple strips, but because Lisa's got a bit of a smaller foot, like with yours, maybe I'll do like 2 strips, right? And so for you, remember, you want to make sure you overlap by half, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I normally like to go a little bit thinner than this. I usually do like thirds. So let's just go a little. So I'm going to get you to turn over on your tummy with your leg hanging off. Okay, so.
I know it's hard, but just be careful with that, Aaron.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Do you want to switch spots? So you can see that? All
right, so if they're getting pain in through here, you want to support that. So there's a few different ways of doing it. You can vary it up depending on how they feel. Make sure you start off with anchor strip here in the inside. So you want to eventually overlap by half as well. So if you're using the small strips, then you got to be careful with that. So you want to start off sort of more right on the medial aspect. And make sure that you don't put too much pressure in through here. You're not cranking. So that's important because otherwise it's going to get really uncomfortable for her, right? And don't go too high. If you go too high, then I'll start to rub in onto this area, which will be uncomfortable. So you want to stay right on the calcaneus here. And so you want to also go right to the lateral side as well. So you can do that, or you can come in, depending on if she's getting a little bit more sort of pain down into here, to support that a little more, you can do a little teardrop. So really important that this, so what I just did there, you don't want to do. Because I'm also talking through this, right? You want to be able to not let it wrinkle. Okay? So that's the first strip. I always go medial, lateral, medial, lateral, medial, lateral. Okay? Sometimes 3 strips on each side may add too much discomfort onto here. So sometimes I'll go maybe 3 and 2 or just 2 and 2.
What if you just do an X?
You can do that too. Yeah, you can
go
do
from that side to that side, or that side to that side.
And this is
just one variation is what you're showing.
Yeah, so you can even just go straight across.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just do like a U. Or, so with the X, see how it causes the X?
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that where I'm supporting into here a little bit more.
Why would you choose one over the other?
Just depending on what's going on for them. They're like, oh yeah, I'm getting a lot of pain through there. Then you can support that area a little more there. Or if it's more medially, then I'll probably go that way a little more. Okay, so if that's what I choose, then I'm just going to keep repeating that. And so the reason why I start more medially, because I'm going to go more towards the plantar area. So here, I'm going by a half, and then I'm actually overlapping the whole thing, and then overlapping by a half again. Okay? Like that.
So that was a U strip.
Sorry, that's a U strip. So this is where it gets a little tricky.
When is just a U strip beneficial?
It will support the bottom part more. So if you get a lot of like tightness in through here, it'll support this area more. Right?
More than the X?
Yeah, I mean, they're both really good. Sometimes this can really just give you a lot more support just in the whole heel too, right? And the strain off of here.
Mm.
So laterally, so I'd probably just go 2 strips with her. And then, if she's like, oh yeah, I do get a little more here, then I can do 1 strip, 1 X strip, 1 cross strip, and then 1 U strip. And just be really careful you don't pull again. Okay, and then I'm going to get you to turn back on your back knees. Okay. So, because I also want to make sure, remember how I said it snates a little bit, so I want to go this way, just so that way it just helps to bring it back into a little bit less supination, right? So that's the anchor strip. Now here I can also go just to cover that up. because remember we talked about last week, you want to avoid windows, right? So see how there's a bit of a window there? That might be a little bit uncomfortable. And sometimes they're like, oh no, I don't want that up there because it'll be uncomfortable. It's very individual, right? So you can go all the way up, or they'll be like, oh yeah, that's, so you can leave it there and just close it there. That's okay because these windows aren't as bad. Okay, it's the windows that are up and through here because how it should move, that doesn't really move, right? So that's not going to be a big issue. But I like to cover it up sometimes, but sometimes they'll be like, oh, that's uncomfortable. I like to put an extra one on. And get you stand on the table with only like 10%. So stand on the table with most of the weight on that leg. Or on your knee is actually fine.
Okay.
And then you can just relax this exercise. So basically, what we're going to do, I ask you, you're going to press down as hard as you can. Okay, so press down as hard as you can. Okay, and once you just got that 100% weight bearing, then we close it off. Right, so that way, that gives it that breathability and that sort of flex. Okay, 100%. And it closes the anchor strips. And 100%, 100% all the way. Yeah, there you go.